day, everyone. Our topic is about the language experience method. The language experience method is an approach to teaching early literacy skills, especially reading. It involves having students dictate stories based on their experiences and interests. The teacher transcribes the students' words and uses the resulting text as material for students to practice reading. This method is considered particularly effective for emergent readers as it uses language familiar to them. So the purpose of language experience method is where learners use their own words and experiences to develop language skills. It's like learning a language by talking about things you know and have experienced, making it more relatable and engaging. So in this method, life experience becomes the class lesson. The student will share their personal stories or experiences, and the teacher will write down verbatim or what they say. That story or that written text becomes the reading material for the students to practice with. This method is great for beginners because it uses language they are already familiar with, making it easier for them to learn to read. So, here are some key principles of the language experience method. First is the student-centered. Texts come directly from students' spoken words and are based on their experiences, making the reading material highly relevant and engaging. So, in student-centered, this refers to reading material that is created directly from what students say. These texts are based on the students' own spoken words and their personal experiences. This makes the reading material highly relevant and engaging for the student because it reflects to their own lives and interests, which can motivate them to learn and to read more effectively.
Key principles of the language experience method. Utilizes personal context. Students read stories crafted in their own words about topic they select. This increases comprehension. In this way, students use their critical thinking, wherein they think about their personal experiences and how to write it in a correct grammar and in a sentence structure. Develop multiple skills. In addition to reading, it also builds vocabulary, phonics, fluency, comprehension, and writing skills. It expands their vocabulary on the language they use because they tend to research the words and correct grammar in writing their experiences. Fluency in the language because they use the language in writing and reading their personal experiences. And lastly, scaffold learning. The teacher supports students' learning by modeling writing conversation, providing phonics instruction, and asking questions during reading to build comprehension. The teacher must guide the learners in learning process of the learners and their journey in learning the language. A typical language experience may involve the student selecting a topic or experience to dictate a story about. This taps into the student's background knowledge or prior knowledge. Topics should be appropriate to their interest and age. Next is the teacher writing down the student's word verbatim. Grammar or spelling errors are not corrected during the transcription. Encourages learners to express their ideas and opinions using the language they should learn. For them to be able to practice speaking the language. When the transcription is complete, the teacher reads aloud the text with the students because this could build fluency and self-confidence of the learners.
So this is the continuation of typical language experience lesson may involve. Let's continue to fourth step. The teacher guides the students to read the text themselves, providing assistance as needed. This practice decoding their own words. So in this step, the teacher may guide the learners so that the students become independent. The teacher should also allow the students to read at their own. The teacher should assess and teach the students on how they storytelling using their own words. So let's proceed to the fifth step. Follow-up activities like vocabulary building and comprehension questions can extend the learning. Students may also illustrate their stories. So in this step, to further more practice the students to speak, the teacher should add a follow-up activities or follow-up questions of their story so that we can learn about their story and the students can extend learning in their own story. Now let's proceed to the next and last step. The students can keep and reread their text for further reading practice and skill consolidations. The stories can also be incorporated into a student's book collections for ongoing motivations. That's all. Thank you for listening.